everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're taste testing 4 different flavors of fruit smoothies. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. My friend Lori founded the Confidence Camp for Girls. This is its inaugural year, and it's down in Maryland, which is very close to where I'm living right now. Throughout the week during this day camp, they've been doing all kinds of activities, crafts and physical fitness, and just talking about how they can really be their best selves. It's truly a wonderful concept, and I was very honored to be invited to do a little smoothie class with the girls. It's actually their last activity of the camp. So today I have a whole bunch of ingredients here, and I'm gonna be taste testing several different fruit smoothie recipes. I think I'm just gonna bring everything with me and the girls can kind of pick and choose what they wanna make, but I just wanna make sure that I have all the measurements and ratios correct and that everything tastes super delicious. My first smoothie is a pineapple coconut kind of tropical flavored smoothie. So I have my big Vitamix here, which is amazing. It's an investment, but if you're making smoothies a lot, and especially for a lot of people, like I'm married with 6 kids, so we need this sort of bulk amount. It's really handy to have because other blenders just don't match the power of this smoothie. Your smoothie is going to be very smooth. So anyway, little PSA about the Vitamix, but I'm starting with frozen pineapple. So you can always, this one doesn't have bananas in it, but if you're ever making a smoothie, you can freeze your bananas and then also use frozen fruit to get it really cold. Or if you're just using fresh fruit, you can add a little bit of ice to chill it, cool it down so it's a nice, refreshing, cold smoothie. So this requires, let me see here, 2 cups of frozen pineapple. So I'm just roughly measuring this out here. So there's 1 and 2. Plus a little bit more. We'll put that back, maybe. Ooh. Okay, 2. And I've already made a mistake because what you really should do is, where is it? You should add your liquid first. I mean, this is gonna be fine, but you should really make sure your liquid is at the bottom of your blender so that the blades don't get stuck as they're trying to process all of these frozen and thick ingredients. I'm gonna measure out a cup of this unsweetened coconut milk. Is that correct? Yes, 2 cups of pineapple, 1 cup of coconut milk. And I'll add that into the blender. And then lastly, I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup of, I have plain yogurt. I think for the girls I'm gonna get vanilla yogurt, so I don't need yogurt and vanilla extract. And I'm gonna measure out a 1/2 cup of that. You don't have to use yogurt, but it really makes a smoothie super creamy, especially if, like this one doesn't use bananas, so this will help give it a nice, like, kind of creamy thickness. Okay, so we'll add in the 1/2 cup of plain Greek yogurt, which I've been trying to eat a lot of lately. The big thing now is to kind of front load your day with protein. I don't know, and I'm trying. I'm trying to not snack throughout the day. I'm a snacker. I love sweets, I love chips and crackers and all that stuff, and I'm currently staying at my parents' house, and where do you think I got my snack loving from but my mom and my dad? So the house is filled with desserts and candies and chips and all kinds of delicious things. So I'm trying to cut back a little bit. So I'm always having Greek yogurt for breakfast to help fill myself up. So at least I don't get that morning snack. Sometimes I just can't help it in the afternoon. But the Greek yogurt has been helping. There's a lot of protein in that. It's very filling. Anyway, the last thing I'm gonna do, I mentioned, I think I'm gonna get vanilla yogurt for the campers, but today I have the plain, so I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, if I can find my measuring spoon over here. So we'll just add that in for a little sweetness. I'm not adding any other sweeteners, although you could use like honey or maple syrup in any of these recipes to sweeten them up. A couple of them call for a sweetener, this one doesn't. Pineapple's pretty sweet. Okay, so lid's going on. And the recipe does call for some ice too, but I'm gonna see how I like it without, and we'll go from there. All right, so I'm gonna turn this on and slowly get it up to high speed and blend it for about a minute or until it's totally smooth. The Vitamix comes with this kind of long black plastic stick thing that you can use to scrape the sides and kind of get the ingredients incorporated. I forgot to grab that. In the basement where I'm storing a lot of my kitchen supplies until I move into my new house, which is yet to be bought, so we're in transition right now. I'm hoping to make a video about that soon to let you know what has been going on. But anyway, that's not on the agenda for today. So I had to mix that up a little bit because it's pretty thick. And you can really, like, smoothies are so customizable. So this is looking ridiculously thick. I might add some more liquid. I know that wasn't the exact recipe, but sometimes you have to sort of eyeball it to get the exact consistency that you want, which is totally fine. So what I want to do is measure this into a glass measuring cup. I'm thinking 12 ounces per camper. Like, I want them to feel like they get enough, but you don't need too much. We'll see. Okay, so this is going into this little, this is a 16-ounce cup. That looks pretty good. Actually, we might even be able to do 8 ounces. So that made 2 12-ounce smoothies. Okay, this is going to be the most challenging part of my preparation because I'm just not good with math, period. So me figuring out the ounces and how many ingredients to bring each thing, we'll get there. My husband's away right now, but he's coming home tonight, thank goodness. So I'm going to go over all the math with him if he's willing to stay up late and go over that with me real quick before I have the camp tomorrow, just to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Smells really tropical. Oh my gosh, that's really good. It tastes exactly like a pina colada. I'm thinking I would add something sweet to it. I definitely have a sweet tooth. I would add a little bit of honey to that just to make it a little bit sweeter, but the flavor and the texture are great. Okay, that's one down. We're moving on to the next smoothie. I love pineapple and coconut, but this one I think might end up being my favorite. It's sort of like a peach pie flavored smoothie. So for this I'm using almond milk, and this recipe calls for 3/4 cup. So I'm gonna measure that out here. 2 cups of frozen peaches. Which ones are those? I have a lot of orangish fruit here. We'll add 1 cup in there. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Next is a 1/2 cup of yogurt. And in case you didn't know, I love Aldi grocery store, and they have really good plain and vanilla flavored Greek yogurt. Next, for sweetness, so this one does call for honey, which I didn't get out, so I have to grab that. So we need 1 tablespoon of honey. I think I would do that in the pineapple coconut one too. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of cinnamon. I have a 1/4 teaspoon here, so I need 4 of those. Look at me mathin' over here. Okay, kind of actually lost count doing that. I think that was 4. Alrighty, and then vanilla extract. I'm gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of that. And, woo, it's spilling everywhere. That's about 1/2. Lid on, ooh, where's my little, okay, I don't want this flying all over myself, so we'll screw that on and give this one a whirl. That one smells amazing. Ooh, that's really good. I love the cinnamon. You could also add a little pinch of nutmeg too if you like that. Smoothies are so customizable. You can add a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You could add some more nutritional ingredients with like more of a healthy impact, like chia seeds or flax seeds. I know a lot of people add protein powder. I don't really like protein powders in general because most of them have stevia, and funny enough, even though stevia is a natural ingredient, I find that it has an artificial aftertaste and I hate it. So I don't like anything diet or anything with stevia. I just don't like it. I prefer straight up sugar. Maple syrup would be really good in this too, I think. Here's your peach pie smoothie. Next up, I'm doing a strawberry banana smoothie. This was always my dad's favorite flavor. We used to go to Orioles games in Baltimore, Maryland, and there was a stand, it was called Flying Fruit Fantasy at the food court down at the Inner Harbor, and he would always get a strawberry banana smoothie. So I always think of him when I have these. This one's pretty simple. There's no yogurt in it. I'm gonna use the coconut milk. I think that would taste really good with the strawberry and banana. Okay, 1 cup of coconut milk, 1 banana. You want them to be not like overripe like you would use for banana bread, but you definitely want them to be a nice yellow, like ripe, just because these are adding a little bit of sweetness too. And of course, creaminess. 2 cups of frozen strawberries. Well, know whether I want to use the ice or not. I just worry that the ice is going to water it down. Maybe I'll just use a couple cubes. Let's see. It's all sticking to my hands because they're a little bit wet. So that was just like, I don't know, a third a cup of ice, a little handful. So let's see how this goes. One thing I will say about all of these, I've needed to kind of give them a little zhuzh, a little assistance halfway through, just with a spoon, or if your blender comes with a stick, you can use that too. All right, let's see if that helped a little bit. It definitely helps to start slow, kind of get everything incorporated, and then you can blast it a little bit higher. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more of the coconut milk. It smells amazing. All right, here we go. This one has a really beautiful color, I love that. Okay, that's very good with the coconut milk, but I think I want a little sweeter. So again, I would do some honey in this. But otherwise, love the consistency, actually. Maybe I will do a handful of ice in each of them. Something about it makes it taste a little bit more like what you would get at like a smoothie stand at the mall or something like that. It just really does have a good texture to it. So I'm glad I tried it out because my mind is being changed about the ice, and it's literally been 100 degrees every day this week. So I'm a little bit nervous about having to drive an hour and 15 minutes with all these frozen ingredients in my car. I do have coolers and stuff, but bringing an actual bag of ice with me to surround all these things with, I don't think is a bad idea in this heat. So I'll have the ice on hand anyway. That one's really good. Another option, I'm just looking at my milks here. I got all unsweetened, but they have like vanilla almond milk and actually probably even vanilla coconut milk, but you could also just get sweetened almond milk or sweetened coconut milk. So there's ways to make these a little bit sweeter, which makes them maybe slightly less healthy. I guess there's a little more sugar in it, but it's according to taste and you can make it however you want. There's one more I want to make. I actually have made this before on my channel. It is a green smoothie. So we get a little bit of spinach in there, but you can't really taste it because there's a lot of frozen mango, which I love. So for this last smoothie, I'm starting with 2 cups of almond milk, and then I'm also going to add 2 bananas. For the fruit, for this one I'm using mango. So I'm using 1.5 cups of frozen mango here. Comes out fast. Okay, 1.5-ish. A handful. I would say that's like a loosely packed cup of spinach. You could do chia seeds here. I'm not going to today. You could add about a tablespoon of those just for a little nutritional boost, a little extra protein, fiber. 1/2 cup of yogurt, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I've learned with the past 3 smoothies that I'm craving just a little bit more sweetness, so we'll do a tablespoon of honey too. And then we'll blend that one up. This one's really smooth. I love the texture of this one. That one's really good too. It tastes healthy. That one you can't really put your finger on exactly what fruit is in it. It's just sort of sweet and creamy and green. Really good. I'm going to take you along with me tomorrow and show you how it goes. One more question, yes.
So, do you get money?
I do get paid for making my videos. I don't know if you've ever seen a video and an ad will pop up kind of in the middle of it, sort of interrupt your video. Well, I get money from that. So anybody, like if there's a channel that you really love, it's helpful if you first of all like their video, if you give them the thumbs up, and if you watch through the ads, if you just let them play, because that's how they make a little bit of money. And then also I get sponsorships. If you like any of these recipes today, I printed them out for you to take. But when you're at home, you can take like a little Ziploc baggie like this and put all the ingredients inside and just throw it in the freezer. And then if there's a busy morning, you have your whole bag of smoothie ingredients ready to go. And you throw that in the blender with your liquid. So I have like coconut milk today and almond milk. You add your liquid and you have breakfast like that. Banana peels. Banana peels.
And then we take out the...
And I have paper towels.
Wait, this is perfect. Yeah. And then you get the... I want blue.
Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I'll see you again soon.